Hello and welcome to the Find It in Fergus Falls. I'm Jackie Formal with your Fergus Falls Area Chamber of Commerce, and today I'd just like to welcome you. We will be having Lori Larson from the Fergus Area College Foundation join us in just a little bit.
Hey sports fans! Every Monday join Craig Olson at the Z103 Grill in Fergus Falls for the Craig Olson Live TV show. Every Monday at 6:30, meet Craig and his roster of weekly guests, including area coaches, players, and you, the fans. Sure, you can watch Craig Olson live at home at 6:30 every Monday or online at prtv1.com, or you can come and be part of the program with live audience participation. Craig Olson Live every Monday at the Z103 Grill in Fergus Falls.
Well, hello and welcome back. Joining me is our guest today, Lori Larson with the Fergus Area College Foundation. Welcome, Lori.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Thank you. We are happy to have you this morning. So tell us a little bit about the Fergus Area College Foundation.
Well, we have been around since pretty much the college at Fergus Falls was created, and that was like 61, I think, is when we were created. And we have been here to help support and make sure that the Fergus Falls campus of M-State is strong and healthy, and we do what we can to do that.
So what are some of the different areas that you would be able to assist them in continuing to be successful?
Yes, well, we certainly help with scholarships, and probably most people know that about us, that we provide scholarships. We usually, every year, we award about $150,000 to over 100 students. So that's a pretty main thing that we do. And new this year is we have our application online, and it's actually open right now, and the deadline is April 1st. So go online now, and that's at Fergus, so facfmstate.org is the site, and you can apply. And, actually we gave about $721,000 in scholarships over the last 5 years.
Significant.
Yes, it is. So, yeah, so please do that. And it's actually, it's kind of fun because with the online application, we have it set up so it's one easy one that you can do. Actually, there's two of them on there. One is for part-time, so we offer a part-time scholarship as well. But the one that's full-time, you go on, and it asks you certain questions, and it leads you to other areas if you fit into that category. For instance, we offer a scholarship for Fergus Falls High School. Now, this would be the public school that somebody has given us money, and if you graduate from there and you have a 2.5, you probably will receive this scholarship, and it's usually around $2,200. So it's pretty amazing with that, and but it will automatically send that to you. Previously, if we didn't know you graduated from, or if you didn't apply for this specifically, you weren't offered it. So it's just same thing with single mothers so they have children, and if they don't tell us, we have a specific scholarship for that, and if they don't tell us, they don't get offered that scholarship. So this is going to make that process easier, and we can give more money, and we're just hoping that this will make it sense for lots of people.
Well, we certainly appreciate the effort that you're putting forth in doing that. I know you're very active in the community. You've got a lot of different things going on, not only at M-State, but through the Fergus Area College Foundation. Previously, you just mentioned that someone gave you money. So in that regard, how would someone be able to give generously to the Fergus Area College Foundation?
You know what? I'm glad you actually brought that up, because we offer so many ways of doing that online. They can go right online and see the different ways that they can do it. But we also offer things like memorials. So if they want to give in memory of somebody, they can do that. If they want to open or create an endowment, they can do that, and generally that's a $30,000 commitment over a certain time frame, and it can be anything from a scholarship or supporting other things that we do for the college. For instance, we give about $15,000 a year to faculty and staff in grants, so they apply for things that probably wouldn't be in their budget, but it's innovative and it's helping their students learn, and it's some fun things like that, and so they apply for this and we're able to give. So it might be, maybe there's a certain subject area that they like and they want to create it for that, healthcare or similar. We also do art, And so we have some endowments that if people want to give toward that and help with the art that we do out there. We have Charles Beck Gallery, and we are actually in the process of working with the Cadets downtown to try to figure out ways that we can strengthen that and bring more people to both downtown and out there, and maybe work together better to make that just a wonderful. I mean, that artwork out there is beautiful, and anybody who steps on campus out there knows it. I mean, it's different from the other campuses of M-State because we do have this wonderful artwork. So just some different ways that they can do that. They also can leave, they can list us as in their life insurance. There's just so many different ways, and I'd be happy to talk with anybody that would like to know more about it. So
how would they get a hold of you in regards to something like that? Aside from looking online and seeing the different areas that they can qualify to apply, and then also if you're looking to give generously through your business or independently, there's places to find those resources there as well.
Well, they certainly can call me, and we're listed in the phone book. We are on the college's website. We have our own website, so my number is there, and it's also 218-736-1514. Email me. You know what? We are on social media. We have all sorts of ways that you can connect with us, and again, there's actually 3 of us in our office right now. We have a work study, and then we have another person, Jackie. And she's great, but she's there like in the afternoons most of the time. So, all of us would be happy to help.
Wonderful resources out at the Fergus Area College Foundation, not only just in office, but that are out in the streets, definitely in the community, getting active, helping in many different organizations and service clubs. I also know that you're really active in just helping your fellow coworkers and staff and friends out at M-State. And tell us a little bit about that, what you got going on.
We actually, our boosters, the Spartan boosters, have kind of kicked back into gear, and we help them. The foundation helps them and supports them in different ways, and the money comes through us, so that way people can also receive the tax benefit for that. But one of the things the boosters and the basketball teams and the athletic department in general at the college, they're doing a pink out for Team Ashley, and Ashley is a daughter of one of the M-State employees right now. I mean, they're always, obviously, but she graduated recently with a master's degree in speech language pathology. See how easy that is to say. And she was recently engaged. Life was going along pretty well, and then, however, she was diagnosed with breast cancer in July. So she's had to go through some chemo. She's had a double mastectomy. She's now starting her radiation. And, we have along the way done some cool things. We've dressed up our Spartan outside with this big pink scarf, and we email her that, and just try to lighten up her day as she's going through some of these things, and her mom. And just showing the support that we have out there, and that we appreciate each other and care. And one of the things that's coming up soon will be on February 20th, they will have a boys and girls, or men's and women's basketball game, and that's a Saturday, and they're going to have a pink out for Team Ashley. So if you wear pink that day into the game, you get in free. They will have t-shirts available, limited number, but you can also pre-order those ahead, and you can do that through Janice Hendrickson out at the college. Again, just ask for her out there if you call just the main line, and she'll get you set up to pre-order a t-shirt so you could wear that. All the proceeds will go directly to the Mergens family, and they have an account that we put that towards. So, and then this is really cool. The women's basketball team, they are one of the members, and they haven't revealed who it is yet, is willing to cut her hair, actually have somebody cut her hair. There might be 1 or 2 people, and that'll be through a donation. So come out and support on the 20th and help us show Ashley that we care, and her mom, and wear pink.
Yes, don't forget to bring the kiddos. It's a great family event. Show your support. We definitely have a wonderful, supportive, and generous community. So let's go out there on February 20th to M-State and show our support for Team Ashley.
Yeah, 1 o'clock and 3 o'clock are the
Oh,
games,
thank
too.
you.
So,
Yes, 1 and 3. So bring the family.
Yep.
What else do you have going on?
All right, we have lots of things. Yes, we have in April, we have a couple things coming up. The first would be, well, actually, I'm not sure of the dates yet because it's going to depend on the weather, but it'll probably be the first either the last part of April or the beginning of May, we are going to need some volunteers to come help us pick some rock. We are in the process, and possibly our listeners or our viewers have known this, is that we have recently helped with a project out there to get the prairie back to restore it, and out on campus. And it's a beautiful area, and it should be restored. And it'll be it'll be a outdoor classroom project. It will have, this is going to be over a few years, so it's not like next year it'll be there, but there's going to be paths, and maybe they'll be used for some of the art, along the way, I don't know, benches or things like that. Lots of this is happening right now. We're working with community members to do it. We have been working with the Fergus Falls Fish and Game Club. They have been generous, and given us money to help with this. We also are working with the Otter Tail County Soil and Water Conservation District. They're helping with some of the funding of this, but also helping with the planning and working through that. And we have many sitting at the table discussing how this should be. And this has been actually a long time coming. It's been discussed for quite a few years. And community members have been engaged and want this to happen. There's been a few things that have stopped it in the past, but now we're full. I mean, now we're moving on, and the college and the foundation are working together to write a grant, and so we'll take it to the next step. So now we've gotten the first part of getting it ready, and then we're gonna look at the plans of what do we need to do in terms of these pathways and all those types of things. So that'll be something that's open up to the community, but also, I mean, can you imagine having environmental science classes out there, but you're really out into this area and studying and seeing what's going on. So it'll be a nice addition, and will take us to another level.
I think it's fascinating and simply fantastic when you can take the in classroom studies and bring them out into real life situations and their real life work environments that they were going to be once they get out in their field.
Exactly.
And I think it's fantastic that they get that right underneath their belt before they're even out in the workforce.
Right.
Working.
And it's at the college level. I mean, Fergus Falls has had the Prairie Wetlands Learning Center here, which the high school or the elementary schools have partnered up with them, and they do amazing work. Now
They're
we're going to
wonderful
take
out
it
there.
college level. And and there's 45 acres of land out there, and people probably don't even realize that, but there's lots of water, there's so there's potential there of being just an awesome addition to even just the community itself, not just the college. So
yes, not only just the college, but in addition to the youth. I just think of all of the times as parents, we get to go out with our students, our children, whether you're volunteering or just simply a teacher's aide, and just able to help them outside at the prairie. What a magnificent stretch of land. There's definitely a great team out there utilizing the resources that they have to further educate our kids so that they can invest and stay local here in Fergus Falls. Helps when we have such wonderful community members such as Lori and her staff out at the Fergus Area College Foundation to help assist in making Fergus Falls just a better place to grow, love, and live. So
yes.
What else do you have going on out there?
Okay, well, we have, before I talk about the Big Wood event that'll be coming up, but I also, since we kind of touched on this project that we were doing with the Prairie, we also recently helped raise money, and we had some great donors that did that gave to us. Because obviously, if we don't have these donors, we can't help with these projects. But we were able to help the college fund a position for a year for a director of athletic promotion and academic success strategies. And what we have found out at the college is there is a piece of, we really want to make the students successful. And part of the way to do that is to make sure not just in the sports and those kind of things that they're being successful, but also academically. That's the piece that we really need to make sure that people don't fall through the cracks, that those students are we look to see what's happening. And so now we have a person that's able to help and support and get them the needs, get them what they need. So they're kind of before there's an issue. Mm-hmm. And one of the things that came out of that is I was visiting with the person in our financial aid office, and we have great people out there, and she said, one of the things she's always wanted to do was to get these students matched up with somebody that can help mentor them on even how to budget and how to do some things. And because it isn't something they learn yet. I mean, that just isn't, or maybe their parents don't do it, or maybe, you never know what people's lives are when they come to college. And so I helped bring some community members in the investment field and the banking field, and we met with the college. And they were so on board and said, you know what, we'll meet with individual students as they need it. And we decided, you know what, we're going to let students know that this is available to them long before they need it. I mean, let's just do it right from the start. And if they want to take advantage of this, they'll have people there ready to help them figure out what they need to do from the start. So they don't, so I just look at all these things that the college is willing to do and wants to do to help the students succeed. There's just and the community. I mean, the community is right there too. So also brings up, and I keep talking, but
I just love this. Go, girl, go.
We have something that's coming up. We're going to do a 5-week alumni search, and it's going to be students that are competing for scholarships. And so if you see somebody's, it's called the Great Spartan Alumni Hunt, and it'll be happening next month, and then into March. And actually March and into the end of April, and we'll announce it, or the beginning of April, and we'll announce it probably at either one of the events out of the college. I'm not sure which one yet, but it's going to be where these students look for alumni, but they can't use what the college already has. So they have to ask people, and they have to use a community member to be on their team. They have to have a faculty member on their team. They can have as many more, as they want after that, but they have to have those 3. And so they will go out and look for these people. So they might ask one, and they'll say, who did you go with? Do you have their name and number?
Yeah.
And then they'll pass it, did any family members go? Did it, and they'll just keep building. And what we want to gain out of this is to get our alumni back in terms of where they know that, we're still here, and we want to make sure that you're aware that you can come back and visit us. You can come back and see, probably some of your instructors that were here. We have lots of stories to tell, and that's really one thing I'm finding out, that a lot of alumni love what happened in Fergus when they were here, and they love to tell the story. So those are the things we want to also help others, the students, see as they're coming in, that, you can start here. You can take your first 2 years, and one of the things we have partnerships with the Concordia, we have with Minnesota State University Moorhead, and with St. Cloud State University, where if they go through a certain, they sign up, and it's not really a application process, but there's more information online, so for those details. But if they work through them, they actually can get a scholarship to attend one of those 3 schools at an amazing, their 3rd year, I think, is really paid for. That's what it comes down to. And so think about that. So they're going 2 years at M State in Fergus Falls. So they're already saving money, because that you're at a,
right.
Yes. And then you go for their 3rd year is paid for already. Plus, they probably have some other scholarships, either through us at M State or through, or even through Concordia or the other 2 universities. But it's going to be, I think people should be really knowing that exists, because they're going to end up still with that Concordia degree. There we go. I think there's just so much going on that's benefiting the student, and if they take a look, it's not your ordinary community college. We are here to help those students, and we'll do what we can to do that. So
now, I know one of the passions of Lori is really just engaging in the student body and getting them able to give them the resources to help them assist in some of the ways that kind of deter them from maybe pursuing a different venue or really going back to school. As Lori mentioned students, I just want to clarify that this doesn't necessarily mean your college students right out of high school. This could be someone middle age, older, You know, you're just never too old to go back to school. There's always
Well,
different.
they might have been released, or they're for some reason, and so now they have to choose a whole different career. And
Right.
so it's a great place to do that. And in fact, I went 7 years after high school, and I went to M State. So, and it's been a perfect fit for me. And then graduated from Moorhead. So.
You're living proof, I tell you. There is definitely a lot of different resources, like Lori mentioned. Don't let anything that you think in your mind that could detain you from being able to go back to school. Be sure to check out all of the different scholarships available, different programs they have through M-State and the Fergus Area College Foundation. There's definitely wonderful staff out there that will assist you to help get the right program for you, and really just look forward to meeting with you and helping assist in any way that they can. So
Yeah, exactly.
tell us about April. You've got a
Okay.
couple more things happening.
Yes, we do. We have Frances Presley Rice. She's coming to Fergus Falls, and she is going to be the Bigwood lecture speaker. And we're so excited to have her. She, I've talked with her on the phone, and we've been emailing back and forth. And I tell you what, I think she's going to be a perfect fit. I mean, she's just so nice and genuine, and beyond, and I'll tell you in a minute what why we even approached her, but just herself, and I think she's going to be somebody that you're going to want to meet, and there's going to be lots of opportunity when she's here. She will speak on Tuesday, April 19th, and right now we are 5 p.m. is going to be the reception. Now that might change a bit, but for sure it'll be 7 o'clock is when she will actually give her speech or her talk. So you don't want to miss that. Save that date. But then she'll also be around. She's going to speak at the Veterans Home at 2 o'clock. She's going to do, the Center for the Arts is going to show one of her films. And again, I'll tell you what she actually, what's all involved with her in a minute. But they're going to show one of her films, and then she'll be involved with the discussion and maybe a panel that evening after it, and so that's on Monday. She's going to be at the Sunrise Rotary. She'll be at Kiwanis. She'll be at the Noon Rotary on Wednesday, and so there's going to be lots of opportunity to match up with her. But here's why you want to match up with her too. She's got lots of. She's a leader in many different ways, and one of the things the Bigwood Lecture was created for was to show leadership in civic affairs and get people involved, and why it's important to be involved in your community. And when I say community, I don't mean necessarily just Fergus Falls, but the different communities that you live in and are part of. So those are really nice. And what she's done, we've asked her to talk about her journey to all of this. Her education, she's a Juris Doctorate from University of California. She's a Master of Business Administration from Golden Gate University, and she has a Bachelor of Science from Drury College in Springfield, Missouri. So lots of education.
Highly educated.
Yep. She is a vet, so she has her military career is amazing too.
Very respectable as
Yes.
well.
She advanced from a private in the Women's Army Corps in '64 to retiring as a lawyer and a lieutenant colonel in the Judge Advocate General's Corps 20 years later. So that was in '84. And she's been awarded her Legion of Merit for years of service. So, I mean, I think that alone she's going to have lots to talk about. And speaking of, we will have the color guard at this event at the Bigwood too. So she is African American, and she's been accorded the distinction of being one of America's top 100 Black business and professional women, and that's by Dollars and Cents magazine. She's a screenwriter, a director, executive producer, and she it's usually with documentary films is what she does. And so she has two main ones that she's known for, but she's done many others. In fact, a new one's just coming out. She is involved with political activism. Her great-great-grandparents were slaves, and she spent her formative years in poverty and segregated, so she has that background. So she's personally suffered from discrimination. She became politically active when she served as a member of President Ronald Reagan's Private Sector Initiatives Task Force. So she's been a part of that. She's worked as a volunteer in the campaigns of Presidents Ronald Reagan, George H.W. Bush, and George W. Bush, as well as Florida Governors Jeb Bush and Rick Scott. So she's even got the political things, if and you know, she likes birding. Her husband and her will probably do some birding while they're here because great area to do birding.
Yes.
And she asked for all that. She looked us up and said, "Oh, I want to stay and do some birding after we're done." So I don't know how long they'll stay afterwards, but that's going to be part of her plan. So, you know, the Bigwood Lecture, I'm really excited to see what this brings this year. And so don't miss. Don't miss. You'll want to hear.
So where would they go to register for something like that, or do they need to pre-register?
Nope, but that's one of the other nice things, that this is free. So they just need to show up at the Legacy Hall at the college. So on the Fergus Falls campus of M-State, Legacy Hall, and there'll be a chair waiting for them.
Fantastic. Well, as you can see, there has been a ton going on at M-State and the Fergus Area College Foundation. Lots to check out, lots of different avenues where you can help assist either yourself or your loved ones, just to get the ball rolling. Visit, give a call, talk to Lori and the staff out at the Fergus Area College Foundation. Help them help you
Yes.
get you on the right track.
Exactly.
So, thank you, Lori. Is there anything else
you.
you'd like to touch base? I know you got a lot going on out there,
Yeah,
but
you know, I probably could talk for a long time on
I'd
it.
love to have her. So we have February 20th. We've got
The boys and girls, yep, men's and women's. You know, it's hard for me to, I'm old, so they all look like
Hardly,
boys and
right?
girls, but yeah. And so the men's and women's basketball game, and the pink out for Ashley. So that, please show up for that. That will be a great game, and I think everybody will feel that.
Yes. So by all means, check out the Fergus Area College Foundation website. Check out February 20th. Show up in pink with your family. Show support through our community and just through M-State out there. By all means, feel free to show up out at the Bigwood Event Center for April to visit with Mrs. Frances Presley Rice. I'm excited to hear more about that and meet her.
Yes.
And
And there
then-
will be more out on that too. So.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
More details to come on all of that. However, we would just like to thank you for joining us today, and I'll be right back after this message.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What are good relationships? What are they made of? At American Federal, the answer is people. The business of farming is a lot like a good sports team, working together for a common goal with the knowledge, commitment, and passion to get the job done. Whether it's sports or farming, American Federal knows good relationships come from good people, and that's something to really cheer about. Start a relationship today with ag and business bankers Mark Eifert and Chris Marvel at American Federal in Fergus Falls. Member FDIC.
Well, just to mention some of our upcoming events that we have going on, either with the Chamber or through the Chamber with our members, I just want to let you know that March 2nd, if you have not registered for your business exchange that's happening out at the Bigwood Event Center, please do so. You do not have to be a member of the Chamber to be involved in that event. So be sure to contact Tammy out at the Bigwood Event Center, and she will get you registered. Also, March 16th, we are getting ready through the Chamber, to be out at the Bigwood Event Center again for the Business Summit. Through the Business Summit, we will also go ahead and give awards for the Business Gives, and we are looking forward to doing that. As we just wrapped up in Frostbite Fergus Falls, we just want to say thank you, Fergus Falls, not only to the business community, but also just to the community members. We had a wonderful turnout for Frostbite Fergus Falls, lots of different activities happening over the 5th, 6th, and 7th of February. We also want to say thank you to the bowlers who participated in the 23rd annual bowling tournament through the Chamber. We had 240 registered bowlers, 60 teams, definitely a great time. So thank you for participating in that. Check out the pictures from our bowling team on the Fergus Chamber's Facebook page, and also through our website at www.fergusfalls.com. Well, I just want to say thank you so much for watching Find It in Fergus Falls at the Fergus Falls Area Chamber of Commerce today. And also, thank you to Lori Larson from the Fergus Area College Foundation. We just so appreciate what you're doing out there for M-State and through the College Foundation, through the student body, and also through the community of Fergus Falls. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week with some more members from the Fergus Chamber.